we heard the story a couple of days ago where this 10-year-old girl came to America for a heart surgery and was detained. Jim Ryan with ABC News down in Dallas has this story. Good morning, Jim Ryan.
Good morning, McGraw. She is still being detained. She's being held in a child care facility. Actually, she's 10 years old, but that's where kids who are sort of in this deportation limbo are kept. Last week, she was taken to a Corpus Christi hospital in an ambulance for gallbladder surgery. She suffers from cerebral palsy. Rosa Maria Hernandez, 10 years old, has lived most of her life in the United States, but was brought here illegally when she was an infant. Customs and Border Patrol stopped the ambulance. They figured out who the child was, escorted her to the hospital. Once she was out of surgery a couple of days later, Border Patrol was there to escort her then to this child care facility where she now is awaiting deportation proceedings. ACLU and other organizations have stepped in, and they are filing suit to see that the child is returned to her family members, some of whom are U.S. citizens.
Why now? What tipped them off to go after the ambulance?
That's a great question, and whether it was because it was crossing the border or coming in through Laredo, we don't know, and why she was in Mexico at all, if she's been living in this country, is still unclear. But you're right. I mean, it's an interesting concept that Customs and Border Patrol would be stopping an ambulance or some sort of medical transport vehicle to find out who's inside, realize that she is headed off for emergency gallbladder surgery, and then continue filing paperwork.
There are so many other illegal immigrants who are doing other things. Why go after this 10-year-old? What is ICE saying about that?
Well, nothing. I mean, they really haven't issued a formal comment, but it's part of, I think, a renewed zero-tolerance policy when you're talking about people who are in the country without proper documents, and that certainly, she fits into that category. So it seems as though lately, or maybe now, and under the Trump administration, is sort of an all-or-nothing situation. You're either here legally and you can stay, either with citizenship or with documentation, or you're not, and you may have to go. So we'll see where the deportation proceedings land with this child. And in the meantime, again, the ACLU and these groups are filing suit to ensure that she's put with her family while she awaits these proceedings.
Where is the family?
Well, some of them are in San Antonio. Others are around Laredo or Corpus Christi, all of them kind of in the South Texas area. Her grandfather is a legal resident of the country. She has a cousin who is a U.S. citizen, so she has family members with deep roots here, and she, of course, herself has been here for most of her 10 years.
So where are her parents? Are her parents here or in Mexico?
Her mother is here in this country. Not sure about where her father is, but one or both of them brought her into the country almost 10 years ago now, and so I'm not sure if they're in the picture as much as these other relatives who are, situated here in this country. If those are the people who are most likely to end up with custody, that's what the ACLU is asking for anyway.
Right. All right. So this 10-year-old girl, how's her health? Has she healed from her surgery?
She has, but she has other long-term issues, including cerebral palsy. So there are concerns that her attorney has, and that's why they're saying that to relieve as much stress as possible, that she be taken from this detention facility and put back with her family members who are here. So yes, the gallbladder issue, I believe, has been solved because she was released from the hospital and taken under escort by Border Patrol to this facility in San Antonio.
So this 10-year-old girl who is of Mexican, she's a Mexican resident, or she's not a U.S. citizen. A 10-year-old is in a detention facility by herself, waiting deportation proceedings.
Correct. Yes.
That is Jim Ryan, ABC News.